He puts the mask on to go in, but didn't have it on before.
Not worried about the humans.
What is up with all these tissues, bro? What is that then, dude? It's like
I was gonna say we got a couple of
Oh, he died in here.
Yeah. He must have just been bleeding out his face.
Oh, Turner, that might just be from his body or something.
That's savage, though, dude.
I won't lie, in this world, man, you need school. What you sow is what you reap. The price of even making it, you know it's not cheap. Never mind the lights, you can sacrifice sleep. Put your best out there, see results in a week. Preach. I don't think they know.
All right, what is up, everyone? Good morning. Here we are, another beautiful day in paradise. We are about to head out to an apartment. I guess it's a condo complex, is what you would call it, in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And our friend Josh owns this giant cleaning company in the area. Perfectly clean. He's actually got a billboard up. He used to, for his brand. And they do a whole bunch of commercial cleaning, mostly for like clubs and casinos. But he's gotten these contacts basically where they needed to do a clean out and then a deep clean. And his company just does deep cleans. They don't do clean outs. So he wanted us to roll along with him and basically see if this was a job that was possible for either us to do, him to do, or if it was even worth doing. I don't know. It's basically like a collaboration, a meeting of the minds, and he would be just hiring us to do the job under his company, basically as like employees. So that's pretty cool. So, what's the claim?
Claim is we're about to go look at a potential job, I'll say.
Dr. Dre, 2001.
2001.
Did we get good to go?
I gotta lock the door.
Alright, so the job is in this big building right here, which Sammy thinks she's been in there before, but
I've been in here.
I thought I did at first, but I definitely have not.
When I was looking at apartments when I was, I don't know how old my memory shot, but I went in there to check out the newly renovated ones. It was actually really, really nice, but it was just super expensive. It was really expensive. This is years ago.
You were acting like this was him.
But it was so nice.
That'd be fun.
I don't know how all of them are. This one was
up there.
Up there.
I know the one we're looking at is going to be uptown.
Yeah, I don't know if all of them were that nice, but maybe that's why it was so expensive. I guess we can just park.
I don't think we can park in here because there's spots for the specific.
I'm saying on this street.
Specific people.
They have a pool. Didn't know that.
It's closed.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think I'm out front of here.
I'm actually up the street waiting on this takeout food, so I might have to ditch him in a minute. I'm going to call him and let him know. We'll be there in a minute.
Alright, no worries. I think I'm just parked right across the street at, Joe's Pizza. It's literally right in front of the front door.
Where is it? Compared to the casino?
It's where the monument is on Albany Ave. It's a block towards Ventnor from there.
You know where the old Dairy Queen was?
Yeah, I know exactly what building it is. It's nice.
It's nice, yeah. It's nicer than I thought. Well, probably goes by condo, but... Alright, we're here, though.
Yeah, alright, let me see how long this food takes. I might just ditch him. I'll be right back.
Alright, so we're in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and I just wanted to walk over here and show you guys. So, I don't know if you guys, someone's bag just chilling there, can see this, the Tropicana Casino. So, a day ago or 2 days ago, there was this crazy stabbing on the casino floor. Someone sent me a message of the news article, and I can't find it now, but 3 people got stabbed literally wide out in the open right in that casino. I don't know, I just felt like it was newsworthy enough to mention it. Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Space, and these guys can 100% do it. This is the setup over here, huh? Pretty much. Just remove.
This is like marble floors and the whole deal, huh?
Huh? No, I don't know. I don't know that one. I know.
This was years ago when I was like looking for an apartment. I was like
Too expensive though, huh?
19. It was like super nice though. I think it was up higher maybe. I don't know. It was like newly renovated. It was super
Some of
nice.
them are really nice.
This doesn't look familiar.
Are these apartments or condos though?
Condo.
That's what I thought.
That's how you can get in here and get it to work.
He puts the mask on to go in, but didn't have it on before.
Not worried about the humans.
What is up with all these tissues, bro?
Well, this is it.
What were they doing in here?
He's like, he was a hoarder or something.
This isn't even bad.
Hoarding tissues though isn't even cool.
It's just the steps.
Yeah, what's up with these belts? Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that room.
Was it
nothing-
one person living
There's
in
nothing
here?
worth anything.
Yeah.
Who would have told you there's
Yeah.
something in here worth money?
Was he old?
I don't know, I never met him.
Wow. They don't look like diapers though. They don't smell like shit.
It smells like catfish is what it smells like.
This?
Kind of.
I went to a house one time where there was nothing but poop everywhere. Motherfucker must have been using diapers.
Yeah, I think the reason they told you so much is because it's like a hazard pay.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Because whoever was in here was just shooting up all day.
Why, you found some needles?
No, but that's what all that blood and shit is from him, like shooting dope and then wiping it with
I don't
tissues.
know about that.
I don't know.
You don't think?
Been there and I
What is that then, dude? It's like
I was gonna say, we got a couple of,
He
party
died
next
in
party
here,
guys.
that's it.
Oh, he died in here.
Yeah.
He must have just been bleeding out his face.
Oh, Turner, that might just be from his body or something.
That's savage though, dude. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
What do you
Wow.
think? There's no
I mean, honestly, they're just on point with the price is the problem. It's not like we could really knock the price. Like, I don't think Josh could really feasibly knock the price off and everyone get paid that much. Maybe a few $100s.
like
but.
no one would benefit.
All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another video. This is like hurting me a little bit, but today we looked at a clean out job, a trash out job in Atlantic City, and I wanted to just talk about it a little bit because we haven't really explained that we don't do them really much anymore. But this is really just my truth or our personal truth. It's not to say that other people can't do it differently or don't live in an area where it's different and they can make more money with less stress, but mostly the reasons why we've gone from doing a lot of clean outs to less and less and less, and then right now we basically don't do any anymore, and we don't do any at all for the banks anymore, is because there's so many variables that go into a job like a trash out that most people just don't think about, and just the money wasn't there. At a certain point in the beginning of it, it was pretty decent, and then more people started getting into it, and more people started getting into it, and eventually the bids were a race to the bottom, and people were putting in bids that were so below what was even worth doing the job that at a certain point it was like, good luck, you know, whoever bid that job, you know, good luck to you, because there's no way we could do it for that price and be happy about it. So yeah, I would say 6 years ago, around 6 years ago, maybe 5, I got into the clean out thing through a mutual friend. Basically, I was doing scrap metal a lot back then because the price was so high, and I was scrapping out the back of a store, and this guy that I somewhat knew came up and asked me if I wanted to do any trash outs, that he had a connection to get me a lot of work. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So without going into that line of business purposefully, fell head first, basically did one job and then realized this is pretty awesome. You know, you get paid to basically go through people's unwanted junk. It's like getting paid to do a storage unit instead of paying for it. There is so many things in a clean out that are just wrong or can go wrong, especially in like the Atlantic City area. There's just like drugs in the houses, people living in the houses, just feces, human feces and human waste and dirt and grime, bags of poop. We've seen it all. Beer cans and bags of poop that filled the entire trailer. We did one time. And it's just like, at a certain point, started to realize, yeah, a lot of the jobs are great and you find really cool stuff and you get paid and it's a fun time. But you can't just, once you're in it, you can't just literally pick and choose specifically what you want to do and only do like 1 out of 10 jobs, because really, like, most of them are all trash. And there's those few jobs that you score big. Like one time we pulled, you know, a Harley Davidson out of a house, but it comes with the good with the bad, because we got a Harley, a boat, a car, and just like a truckload of actual valuable stuff from that house. But the guy had passed away in that house, so we had to have that in our minds the whole time. And the floor was cut out in the place that he fell down on the floor. All right, so what I was saying is, a lot of times with the cleanouts, you get excited about them and you end up taking the bad with the good, because at first look, they don't look like a lot of work, and you're always just in your mind racking up all the good things that could potentially be in the house, instead of looking at how hard the job actually is. So I guess my point in all this is, people just don't realize, unless you've done 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 of these jobs, we've probably done 200, how hard manually, physically, and mentally trash out jobs, specifically ones where the houses are abandoned or foreclosed or the person passed away, can actually be. So hats off to anyone who does cleanouts full time. It's a demanding way to make money, and to be honest, it's very detrimental to your health, or could be detrimental to your health, especially over years of doing it. And these are just some of the reasons why we've steered away from it in the present. And we're still willing to look at jobs, but we have a whole different mindset about how we bid the jobs than we did, say, 2-3 years ago, when we were just, you know, had no money, had no way of really saying no. They were just falling into our lap, and we were just taking them as we had to, or as we could. That's the simple truths of the clean out thing for us. And it's also very difficult to do them with just, we did a lot of the jobs just me and Sammy. And really, on any job that has a couch or a fridge or even a big table or anything, you kind of do need 2 grown men to move the items around, because a lot of times we'd be wasting manpower, time, energy breaking apart items, because it was hard or impossible for us to move items from one place to another. I remember one time I took a job in Absecon, and there was a lot of really good stuff in the house, so it blinded me. So with the trash outs that are foreclosures, you get to keep anything that's left. It just all has to be gone. So you get the trash, the good stuff, and whatever you agree to do the job for, you get paid at some point. It usually takes a while. But there was a lot of good stuff, so I wasn't really thinking about it. But there was a slate pool table in the basement, down a huge steep, narrow flight of steps, and I had to take the entire pool table apart, and still, with me and another guy, each piece of slate was ridiculously heavy to bring up, and the next slate. So just to get the pool table out, there was probably like 5,000 other items in the house. Took hours. So like, there's so many variables going into it. How long is it going to take? How many people is it going to take? How much is it? The fees to get rid of this stuff, the donation runs. Is there even anything good there that you could keep? How are you going to store this stuff if there's a lot of good stuff? How long are you going to have to store it? Where are you going to post it? Who are you going to sell it to? If you can even sell any of this stuff. A lot of times it looks really good and easy to sell stuff on the surface, but it takes time, and sometimes you have to post it on multiple platforms to even get something sold. Is there a place to park your trailer? Are you going to need a dumpster?
If you even have a trailer.
If you even have a trailer. Yeah, that's true. Done jobs with just the truck. How many truckloads? How many trailer loads? Wow. a lot of money.
So you do have to factor that in too when you put your bid in, is how much you think personally from your experience how much it's going to cost, because it might seem like it's not that much stuff until you're full blown like head first in all this stuff that's much more weight than you would think just looking at it.
So much more weight.
And it is easier for somebody who, you know, has never done a job like that to be like, oh, I could do that in 2 days, I could do it in a day. But when it comes down to it, when you've actually done it before, and anybody who has actually done clean outs before or cleaned out a house in general, you know that it's a lot of work physically and mentally, not just physically.
Oh, for sure.
The mental part can drain you.
To all the people that say it's easy, or have said it's easy, or that they would have done it faster or easier, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. That's all I have to say about that. Because people who are out there doing it, the immensity of what we've cleaned out.
Add in completely sober. You know, I'm not throwing judgments out there, but there's a lot of people who take stimulants, you know, to help them do jobs like this. But when you're fully sober, you don't even drink, you're just running off of pure natural energy, it's extremely draining sometimes, especially when, you know, clean outs is not what we do for a living. That was just one of the little pieces of our work puzzle. So that wasn't the end of our day doing those jobs.
No, the fact that I would film and we would film and edit and make videos of each and every job is like just add another 8 hours for each of those videos on top of the clean out.
Separating and reselling some of the stuff too.
But all in all, to take away from it, I would say I learned so much about the value of items, so much about the way people are, for sure, and how people can be. I'm not going to go any deeper.
A lot of the people in the comments helped us too, though.
Oh yeah, and
you guys would point out certain things, and then we started.
The community on YouTube.
We started learning a lot more just from a lot of you guys and gals.
But yeah, taken away from it, the cleanouts and doing them was nothing but a positive experience in the end.
A learning experience.
I'm just saying, you got to be dead ass, and that's got to be your only thing and your main thing, and you got to put all your time and energy into just that, or it's not going to work out. That's how I see it. Unless you're doing like one a month, then no big deal. I just wanted to explain a little bit to you guys, because I know there's been a lot of people that have asked if we do it anymore or why we don't do it anymore, or just questions about trash outs or clean outs. And I know that the videos are very exciting to watch and they're cool for people to view. But if it's not worth it, it's not worth it. There's just no cutting. There's no other way to cut it. Like, if something's worth doing it, we will do it. If it's a new experience and we don't know whether it's worth it or not, we'll probably try it. If something is balanced and it's like, okay, this is worth it for now, and then the scales start to go like this, and the value of that in your life becomes less.
You gotta make the choice.
You gotta make the choice, and basically we chose to move more away from it, just because of our own issues and our own health problems and whatever. But it's a personal thing. So anybody who has messaged me or emailed me to like ask how to get into doing that, I wouldn't even say into this because we don't really do it anymore. You should really, I always message back, like, you know, you should really think about it. Do you even want to do this before you get started on it? Because a lot of the time the probably answer is no. You got to be, you know, wanting to do very aggressive manual labor and carry that. You know, today, as you guys are going to see in the video, we went to a place to look at it, and I'm saying, you know, thank you to Josh. He's my friend, known him for a long time. He would never ever do anything to screw us or purposefully mess with us in any way. He never saw the place either. Going into that, we had no idea what to think because we didn't see the place. There was no pictures, no one, you know, and somebody had said there would maybe be some valuables in there that you could salvage, which there was not. But it's just like we now have to carry that with us, and it's not a big deal. It's not like going to give you PTSD or anything, but that apartment was so gnarly.
Condo.
It was a condo. Was so heavy a few minutes into just, a minute into walking in the door, we find out the guy passed away and fell on the floor and was just laying there. And you could see the blood and whatever else.
I don't even know if that was blood. It might have just been, what's it called, like your bodily fluids. Like when you pass away, if you're there for a while, I think your bodily
I think
fluids,
he was decaying on the floor.
most likely.
And like, I know police and detectives and people like that deal with it all the time, but we aren't detectives, and we do have to carry that with us. It's not a big deal, it's not. But you do mentally carry, that energy with you. And that's another thing it's not good unless it's worth it.
Oh man, I could tell you guys some. I could come in here. Hold on, let me get in here. Also, hey, camera girl. Just kidding. You don't have to get up.
I'm getting out of here.
It's so hot in here, guys. Like humid. I'm like.
It's not hot.
So
like
also from these jobs, like, because we were doing them a lot back in the day.
All right, so how did you personally get involved in this?
What, for this one that we just did?
No. The
Or
whole thing.
looked at?
From the start.
Oh, so from the start. So Turner had been doing cleanouts for a while before he met me. So when we met, I didn't have a job. So it's like, all right, we're going to work together. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit more of a savage like 2 years ago. 3 years ago, was it?
Like 3 years.
It's a little bit more savage when it came to doing cleanouts or anything really, because after a while, the energy from the houses was absolutely insane. Like, a lot of the houses that we did were foreclosed homes. They'd been sitting there for a while, and when it comes to going into foreclosure, that usually stemmed from not a good very situation. Like, your home was broken, or what's the best words? How to explain, like, obviously those people went through something hard, or the person just died. As simple as that, which was some of the cases in some of the cleanouts that we did. But you could just tell from a lot of the stuff that was in a lot of these houses that they were spending money that they didn't have, or should I say that they weren't putting towards what should have been priorities in their life, like their mortgage. I don't know about you guys. I know a lot of you that I do talk to are into that type of thing. Like, I do believe in positive and negative energies, and I fully got off the subject. How'd I get into it? Hold on. All right. Let's retract. So when me and Turner started working together, I'll go back into the energy thing. But when me and Turner started working together, I don't think you were separating things yet at that point, reselling them.
Really good stuff.
Because some of the first jobs we did together, right? We were just trashing everything.
I didn't think about flea markets or anything.
My memory's bad. Yeah, we weren't doing flea markets. We were just doing the jobs.
And I would keep stuff, but it wasn't like necessarily to sell. It was more or less just because I wanted it.
You wanted it.
Value.
You thought it was cool.
So I wasn't valuing something else in someone else's shoes.
So we weren't doing the flea markets or anything like that, and we weren't, keeping anything in the beginning.
Looking back, we probably threw away $100,000 worth of stuff.
Well, I can't even think about that.
At the same time, where do you store it?
Well, the thing is, we had a very empty house at that point too. Like, we didn't have any furniture in our house when we first moved in here. Like,
we furnished our house with cleanouts.
But that's another thing. Our house is furnished with a lot of stuff that we got from cleanouts, or trash picked, of course. So we just started doing that, and those jobs through one of his friends, and through the bank. That's confusing, I guess. That's how I got into it. I wanted to contribute, and
so you were forced into it.
Pretty much forced into it, yes.
We had some good times that day.
I was like, get a job? What? No, I'm just gonna work with you. No, but
Why would you get a job when you could just work with the boy, though?
That's another thing. Like, I was into Turner's, you know, idea of not working for somebody but yourself. You know what I mean? You know, so you could do what you wanted to do and what makes you happy. And at that time, and still to this day, working with my husband makes me happy. I get to spend time with my family, meaning him and our 6 kids. So it's just a win-win. So that's how I got into it. I just kind of fell into it.
Everyone does, though. You can't force something. The thing of it is, though, the cleanouts opened the door to the whole reselling thing for me, because then when I started recognizing...
It built the whole channel.
When I started recognizing, like, stuff that I had thrown away, and then realizing later it was worth money, or picking something out of a house, then realizing later it was worth money, then I could go and look for those things for cheap at yard sales or whatever.
And also, you know, we were, at the time in the beginning, we were like cutting lawns for this real estate agent. Like, we were doing a lot of other things also to make money. And then what kind of happened was people were commenting. That started building the channel. Like, I don't know what the channel was at then, but the comments started getting bigger, and people, you know, would be like watching the video and be like, that's worth this, or my grandmom had that, that's worth this. And, you know, we would read those comments and we would start researching a little bit on these specific items, and we're like, oh my god, like, we threw that out, like, why? After doing them for a while, the energies, and I've said this in some of those actual videos where we did cleanouts, like specifically the North Cape May and Dorchester, the energies from those specific houses took kind of like a toll on me personally, at least. I don't know about Turner. Definitely Turner, though, too. And my mood was just really, like, down after doing some of those jobs. And yeah, it could have been just me being tired, but we started bringing a lot of items into our house. Some of them we still have. And if anybody's into that, I do believe in, you know, picking up on different energies. Like, for an example, like, if you're around somebody, I call them energy drainers, that their intentions aren't good, or they're just, you know, negative, in a negative space. I'm very, like, empath. Like, I will pick up on that, and it will drain me, and it just kills my whole mood. That could just be from being a Pisces too. But we have saged the whole house, and we started to eventually sage the house after doing jobs and ourselves. It might sound crazy to some people who aren't into that, but if you try saging yourself, or start researching that stuff and start, you know, incorporating certain things in your lifestyle, I think you will notice a difference. Next question, sir.
I wanted to hop in here and tell this story. We can be here together.
Alright.
So, this one job that we never did really put the icing on the cake for bringing home or feeling a certain way. And I don't know if it has to do with ghosts, spirits, devils. I have no idea. I think it was just an accumulation of negativity and mold and just a feeling and heat and whatever was going on that day.
Which house?
So we went to this house to look at it, to clean it out, and it wasn't really that bad. There was like a boat in the backyard, though, which was a burden. And we went into the house, and there was really nothing in it, but there was, like, in the side bedroom here, there was, like, a bunch of stuff. And then in the back bedroom that was actually to the front of the house, but it was, like, back from the door that we entered, everything had been piled all the way up to the ceiling, which I got a really weird feeling about it.
That was creepy. I couldn't even go in the house. I don't know if you guys remember that video.
She did go in, but she ran out and said she felt like someone was chasing her.
No, I felt like they were, like, suffocating me.
It was pretty hard, heavy. And I actually titled the video the worst clean out ever, or the worst trash out ever, which I got backlash from that because I didn't explain it, that I meant, like, the feeling of it and the negativity of it was the worst ever. It wasn't the job. The job was easy. But I want to finish. So later I posted the video, and people were saying, like, that wasn't bad at all. You guys, worse what? This was easy. Which, yes, the cleaning out of the house was easy, but the feeling of dread was so thick. It was brutal. So I posted the video and I got a message back from someone that I know, and I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants to be involved, but he said that him and his crew do like spiritual cleansing and investigations into like supernatural stuff, and they had been called to that house previously to do a cleansing. I take his opinion very seriously, and I know him, so this to me I took seriously. I took it at face value that somebody had been bringing a Ouija board there and using it and trying to quote unquote like conjure or bring about negative spirits or negativity into the house, and it clicked and it all made sense that whatever was going on there, whatever negativity was being brought to the house, had built up so much that she ran out of the house because she was feeling like she was being suffocated, and I could hardly even look through the whole house. I went in the basement and my stomach dropped out. So you're dealing with other people's baggage and maybe even supernatural baggage in these properties.
Was that the house that had the cat?
Yeah, and it didn't want
There
to
was
go
a
near the
It was a
house.
black cat.
Yeah.
There was a black cat, and this has happened to us twice. But that house, there was a black cat, and it didn't want anything. It was just staring at us, but like from afar, like near where the boat was, right? Mm-hmm. And like I didn't like that. I could just feel it. Like the black cat was just kind of like telling us, like, don't go in there. Like, don't do it.
Just don't do it.
You know, or
Just
it was,
don't do that
or
job.
it was just looking at us because it like lives in there.
No,
but
it didn't want to go
through like a hole in the basement.
The
but
fact that other people knew that place was...
when you have a gut feeling, usually, like an intuition, you usually should like go with it when it
Whether
comes
it's
to
real or
feeling
not.
like you're not in a good space, or your energy isn't. I guess I should say.
A lot of people don't believe it, and that's fine. But there was something going on in that house, period.
You never want to take negative energies with you from other houses, and I started going through like this thing where I started feeling like, you know, some of the items that I brought from some of these homes were kind of like weighing in on me and our house personally. So it's not good sometimes. Some of the stuff I did take out of the house that I felt it was actually stemming from, but either way, you know, we're still working on getting a bigger space for ourselves and our stuff that, you know, isn't actually ours. Do you know what I mean? Like stuff to resell, because I personally don't really like it being inside of the space where we live. I think your workspace and your living space should be separated, because that can cause a very overwhelming feeling when you go to work, so to say, for what we do specifically. So that's just my opinion.
Alright, so honest opinion about today's job.
Honest opinion.
Just walk us through the whole deal from start when you showed up there.
So Turner is like, alright, Josh has this job that he wants us to look at. I thought Josh had already seen the place. I didn't know that he didn't. So pretty much we went there. He met us there with I would call him a maintenance man. He does all the maintenance like on the building. We go into the condo and it's just like toilet paper, creepy toilet paper, and like tissues and paper towels like crumbled up in balls. I'm saying like stacked up high. Like, why is exactly what was going through my head. Like, what is going on here? The energy in there wasn't good. Like I said, I pick up on energies really quick. And obviously, I feel like for anybody, even people who don't really believe in that stuff, you'd be like, ew, and obviously it's going to give you a bad feeling seeing stacked up, creepy, like
14,000 pieces of toilet paper.
And then the ShopRite bags, I'm like, there ain't even a ShopRite in Atlantic City. Like, the closest ShopRite's in, like, EHT, right? I don't know. That was confusing to me, too. I was like, where did this guy get all these ShopRite bags? and just newspapers and your typical like hoarder. Yeah, I don't really understand the hoard of paper towels and ShopRite bags, but there was like these creepy stains. There was one mattress in the one room and maybe in the other room underneath of the piled up bags, but it had like creepy blood stain. Like anybody knows, if you've seen dried up blood on something, anything, it starts to turn that like brownish, like maroon's probably not the best, like a brown color. So you know it's blood or some kind of bodily fluid mixed with blood. So that was gross. I don't know if the person was doing drugs in there. I personally don't think so. Whether somebody went in there after and was doing drugs, maybe. But it wasn't a hard job. Like Turner, anybody who doesn't even do clean outs could clean out that condo by themselves. But there wasn't a service elevator, which, you know, causes the problem. Saying nobody want to just bring all that stuff. First off, you're touching it's in your head, so mentally that job's going to be really hard on you, because when, you know, you start getting mentally drained, you get physically drained. It wreaks havoc on your physical body and the way you feel. So, I mean, Josh didn't even want to be in there. He was like, all right, I've seen it. He got out. He was like, tell me what you think. He got out because, I mean, I wouldn't just sit in there if I didn't have to either.
Ain't nobody want to sit in there.
No, that was, I don't know. And the fact that the guy told us that somebody died in there, and obviously that person was probably in there, especially if they're alone, they didn't, like, no family really. They were probably in there for a while, and that was in the back of my head. So I was just like, I already knew, I think, when I walked in, like, I don't want to do this. And that job would be brutal because it was on the 6th floor, so it'd be 6 flights of steps you got to go down with all them bags. Because, like, if we were to do it, I would just get giant trash bags. This is just for all the loose stuff. Put it in the trash bags. Like, literally just knock out putting every single thing in the trash bags. And then the big items just leave there until the end after you take all the trash bags down the 6th flight of steps or in that tiny ass elevator and throw it in the back of the trailer, which would be hard to find somewhere to park anyway. Unless they let us park in one of the spaces, which they probably would. But that job was heavy. Not that it was hard, it's just it's not that we couldn't do it, we didn't really want to do it. And you don't have to. You can always say no to a job. But the thing is, a lot of people are desperate for money, and I understand that. So that guy, not Josh, the other guy, probably will find somebody to do it that's desperate for money.
ServPro's doing that job.
If you get ServPro to do it, that's expensive
the
too.
The only one who would do that job and do it right.
Exactly, do exactly what he wants, because they're going to be in there. I mean, we'd probably, if we ended up doing it, be in full tie bag suits too, because it is kind of like a hazard problem. Like, it's not the cleanliest environment, because God knows what was on all those tissues. Because the guy was obviously, probably, I'm just safe to assuming that he was sick and just in there dying pretty much. And that's something that you don't want to think about while you're doing a job either. For some reason, being 6 floors up in a tower in a creepy little condo,
90-degree weather in Atlanta.
90-degree weather, dripping sweat,
During the pandemic.
compared to like a house where that's either like a single or even double floor, like, is just a lot different. Because we were talking about earlier, like, you know, like Dorchester, we pulled that trailer up and we're throwing things out the window into the trailer. You can't do that in the city on a high-rise building. Like, you just can't do it. What I thought about that job? I don't want to do it.
Shout out to all the people doing cleanouts in New York City, because they are savage.
Every time we're in the city,
every
time we go there, not that we go there a lot, but we go there at least once or twice a year, like, I think about, I'm like, because when you see people with like the trucks and like even just driving around with the trailer in a city, even Philadelphia is absolutely insane. It like gives me anxiety even thinking about doing that, even though we have done it before. So I can't even sit. So I know how it feels. And like, shout out to you guys, or anybody really who does cleanouts or just, you know, physical labor in general in 90-degree weather, in dirty conditions. It's a lot, not just physically, like mentally. It's draining. Yeah, we Gucci.
Just wanted to give you guys a little insight into the clean out situation for us personally, and we are still going to be doing them as they come into our laps, if they do, and hopefully they do, and they're good ones. But you just have to really weigh all the options, and is it worth it for you personally in your life? So again, I want to just reiterate the fact that this is our personal truth to the foreclosures or the clean outs or the trash outs, and it may not reflect anyone else's opinion, but lots of questions and comments were asked about it. So I feel like since today gave us an opportunity to kind of, all those memories of all of it just came flooding back when I was in that apartment. So I thought it was a good opportunity to explain.
Also, another thing that we didn't even mention was like when people try and get you to like take hazardous items like asbestos and stuff like that. Like, beware of that, because, you know, sometimes we've gone into situations where you don't really even think about what you're actually throwing out or if you're even allowed to throw it out.
No, yeah, someone tried to get us to do, to trash ceiling from an apartment or a building, and it was popcorn ceiling, and I knew that it had asbestos, so I told him I'm not doing it, it has asbestos, and he was arguing with me because he knew that it did have asbestos, but he thought that he could sneakily get us to take it away, remove it, and take it to the dump.
He didn't think
illegally, without knowing, for a cheap price, because if it was just regular drywall, it probably only would have been like $500 to get rid of. But if it's asbestos, I'm not doing it, first off, at all. And second, it would cost at least 4 times that to dispose of it. So be wary of. That's why I was saying earlier, it taught me a lot about the way people are. And if they can take, like, there is a lot of really good people in the world, but there's a huge portion of the population that if they think they can take advantage of you to better their lives or for financial gain, they will. So beware and don't trust people.
That has nothing to do with you, Josh. Just saying.
Oh,
like
no,
we said
never that. I wouldn't even have showed up there today if I didn't trust Josh.
He's good. He's a good dude.
He's a good friend. That's different.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with people you don't know, I should say.
Exactly.
Be wary, because it gets sketchy out there in the streets. I'm sure he's been smoked by people too before. Everyone has.
Exactly. On a lighter note, I know that was super, super long, but y'all want to see our fridge? Our new fridge?
Yeah.
I was really excited to get it, so I wanted to share it with you guys.
It's perfect.
It's an itty bitty fridge.
The final touches. Oh, that was the fridge. That was the guy calling about the fridge that called me. He's not. He doesn't have the responsibility of bringing it in.
Oh, we do?
He can just put it right here.
Yeah. Actually, he wants you to back the truck up, no?
Yeah, I should do that maybe.
He's getting it out now. I'm so excited. There's our fridge. Very tiny. Like, super tiny. There it is.
There you go.
Woo!
Alright.
Stoking. Thank you so much. Alright, here's our fridge, guys. Wait, what? I'm taller than the fridge. Look at this. I'm not, but it's super small. Yeah. Here it comes. Yeah.
Perfect. Little baby boy.
Little baby. You're taller than it.
So is that in the front or the back?
The back. Take it through the back, right? No, it's not gonna fit.
Easier, probably, right?
It's not gonna fit through there, though. We have to take it out of the box, I guess. Alright.
The other fridge is like twice the size.
Yeah, you're true. I'm gonna get my shoes on. So we ended up not getting a retro fridge. We wanted to, but they were like, they were even smaller than that, and it would have taken a lot longer to get here. But these sandals are creepy from being outside. But the ones that were like legit and like bigger and probably better quality, like wouldn't leak 5 months into having it, were just super expensive, like talking like 2 to 3 grand. Some of them were like 4 grand, so I'm not gonna do that because that's like taxes right there. So we ended up with the Magic Chef, which in my head I knew it was gonna be small. I didn't know it was gonna be this.
I do. I love it.
I didn't know it was gonna be this small, but I think it's Gucci. 9.2. I could have sworn it was bigger online.
I like it small.
For some reason I thought it said 10.
For 2
Ow.
people.
But yeah, for 2 people it's fine. And I guess I'll justify it in my head as like, well, I'll only buy food that, like, it'll save us money on food because I won't buy a ton of groceries.
Because I only buy what I eat. That's true.
Yeah, no, he's true.
And that consists of
Peanut butter and jelly, cereal, which doesn't even go in
peanut
there,
butter,
jelly,
fake bacon,
which
is super creepy, but I eat it every day.
you eat fruit too when I get it,
Yogurt, and
cheese.
I'll show you guys what I've been on this kick. So I found these organic drinks. And they're so good.
So
This
that
one's almost done,
brand
so I'll drink out of it.
is USDA certified organic, but we always have like this thing in the back of our head, like, is that really organic?
Yeah, it's got me.
Because
It's so good.
it's so much cheaper than other organic brands, and they've come out with like
Dude, it's literally
all
so
different types of foods that are just a lot cheaper than, you know, I guess like private organic companies, if that makes sense. So is it really organic? And like, I don't know. I get really like weary about stuff like that and start to think that like nothing's actually organic. Like they just pay them off to say it's organic. But that's just me. Booty Wooty. Hi, Chunky Man. You got a hanger? You doing with that hanger? Go pop up there to his ear. You little scab. Man, beat up. Also, another example, I got this. It says USDA organic. But then I was looking at the ingredients, and it's got sativa in it, and it says organic sativa, but isn't that like aspartame? So I don't really understand that, and I have by accident gotten drinks that had sativa in it, which is a sugar substitute, but it made me super sick. It gave me headaches, so I don't know why this would be considered organic, but has that in there just because it's organic sativa. I don't know. Moment of truth. Little itsy bitsy fridge.
I love it.
I'm loving it too. I'm just wondering if it's not the size of the one on...
The same one that we saw at the store. What do you mean?
I'm saying it's not the same size as the one on the box, right? How it's got a picture on the box? Nah, that wouldn't make sense.
Breakdance thing outside now.
Hey. Oh yeah.
So perfect.
So perf. Stoking about this, right?
You're saying it's small, but this is...
No, I thought it was smaller. Honestly, no, this is perfect.
the best
Perfect size.
ever. Although,
You can move the shelves.
you might have to.
You can move them.
Oh,
Thanks. Freshy. Oh, fresh fridge. Ow. Never bought a fridge before.
Never had a brand new fridge in my life though.
Me either, I
Like
guess.
my own fridge, I'm saying.
Yeah. Wow, I suck at this, clearly. Oh, really? I'm not good at this. Have a little thing. That was way harder than it should have been. Cool. Oh. I'm like, what is that? How is it doing it?
Show it.
Alright. It's a Magic Chef fridge. And I know I said we didn't put all of our stuff in here, so don't worry, we do eat, I swear. It's still in our fridge on the back porch. But I got this bottom freezer because I like that. It's weird that it opens up this way, but I kind of like it. And yeah, it's tinier.
You can put a bunch of Frenchies in here.
Yeah.
It's bigger than the other one though. It's smaller, but it has more room.
Yeah, it's so weird. But I was just super stoked, so I wanted to show you guys. But yeah.
You want to check out my new wallet then while we're here?
Yeah, while we're here, right? Y'all want to check out my buggy too while we're at it? Check them out. King Quo. King Quo Bug. Get it, Quo Bug. Go, Quo Bug.
The Gucci gang.
That for Gucci.
Alright, so a little while ago this company reached out to us and asked me if they wanted to send a wallet to us, and I said, yeah, of course, that would be awesome. So the company's name is Exter, and they make these specialized wallets that basically you can track them if you lose them. They're kind of expensive, but from what I've seen so far, like online and stuff, they're really, really nice. So look at this thing, how it comes. Like, this is gentleman's club style.
Yeah, it is.
And then this is the card.
Card for what?
I'll show you guys in a second. To Tucker and Sammy Grave.
Wow, they added me in there? That was nice.
Yeah, they like us. So, this is the card. Look at this thing.
What's the card for?
So you can put this in your wallet, and it is a device so that it can track it from. This card's like $50 too. But like if you lose your wallet,
What?
you can find it
You
no
can
matter where
track
it is.
'Cause
Yeah.
nobody would ever know what that is except for you guys.
Exter. Find with Chip Polo. It's just too, like, if someone steals your wallet, they won't know what this is.
No,
and if they
would
did,
think it was just a part of the wallet.
and even if they did, it's like if you lost your wallet at like the laundromat or something,
You're gonna
you can
know
track
within,
it.
like, well,
Designed by Exter in the Netherlands. So let me open this, because this is cool. This is actually way better than I thought.
so this is from the Netherlands.
Yeah. The lady was, yeah, the email was like,
This is super, super legit.
in a different language. It says Rotterdam, New York on the front though. So I don't know. Look at this.
Wow.
Come closer. The great reveal though. Ooh.
I like that color. What's the color that you
I
got?
picked that one.
Which color? What was it called? You picked that one.
I forget what it's called. Ooh boy.
I'm kind of liking this.
Yo.
It's like that.
Are you seeing that?
It's like a dark green.
You can be like, want a business card?
No way.
Or like have your IDs in there and stuff, and then just be like,
show them.
there's my ID. So you can just pop this out and be like, oh, let me get my debit card out of here. And then just pull it out. Our story. Your wallet is more than your money. It is your data, your identity, and your way to move through the world. We believe peace of mind starts with the essential you carry with you on a daily basis. In our mission, it Is our mission to upgrade these essentials to modern standards and change the way you carry your valuables? Let's see. User manual. Okay, that just tells you how to do it. They got a tracker thing. Feedback, so you can give an experience. Show the world. I already follow them on Instagram, but you can follow their account on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, which I don't use Twitter. But it's EKSTER, and earn $15. Refer your friends to earn $15. I'm referring you guys. I'll probably never get that 15 even if someone buys one. I mean, dude, they're pretty freaking cool, these wallets. Let's be real. It's kind of made to not really carry cash though so much. So like, you could literally have this, and then your cash roll too, because I like that too. But you can put cash in here.
So that's super nice.
I actually
kind of like the size.
It's real leather too. I mean, I would hope. Not that I would hope, because that's just mean, but
most likely it is.
It is. It smells like it. So stoked. But basically, if you lose your wallet, you can track it, and it's a nice, sleek, sexy wallet.
I'll just put that in there now.
So yeah, all you do is you install the Chipola app from the Apple Store or Google Store, and then just follow the easy steps to basically get it to track your wallet. So it's like having a GPS tracker in your wallet, so like even if you lost it in the couch, you could be like, where's my wallet?
It's in the couch.
It's in the couch.
Where took it?
I guess I don't need those in there anymore. Nobody would ever know it was in there.
No. They don't even know that button like you pop that out.
It's fire. Straight fire. So solid. Thank you so much for the wallet. Stoking.